template store. Today we're going to be talking to you about our Aurora WordPress website template. We'll go through everything from top to bottom. We'll give you an overview of the entire template so it gives you a good idea of what's included with this template. If we start at the top and show you Aurora, which is just the name of our template, this is part of our collection. This is where you could place your logo. And then on the menu bar, you've got a home, services, shop, about, blog, FAQs, a contact tab, and your shopping cart and a search bar. As far as this is concerned, you can change these round. You could have your shop first. You don't necessarily have to have services. If you're just selling products, you might just want to extend on this and have a shop section. You can add in more menu sections if you want specific header categories, and you can also add more subcategories for different products if you've got quite a large shop. Alternatively, if you don't sell products, or you might even do a mix of the two, you've got the services tab, which you can have additional pages with this. So this is ideal if you're, I don't know, you might be a hairdresser, or you could be a plumber, or anything where you offer a service to the public and you want to have additional pages where you can put more detail about what you do, what you offer, things like that, rather than just having a simple home page. I will talk to you about a one-page website a little bit further on in the video, but for now we'll carry on going over this template. So this is the main menu, and like I say, it's all changeable. All our templates come with a full PDF user guide. So we have a full illustrated guide with step-by-step instructions of how to do absolutely everything with this template. From downloading, we use a free Ocean WP and put that on our hosting account. We even go through that with you. So we will step by step tell you how to download theme into your hosting, and then how to set up the files from us when you get your WinZip files with all your links for the template, and then how to edit the template, and then also how to go live and how to delete the files. Absolutely nothing is left out. So it's literally step by step, process by process. Everything goes through that with you. So we've talked about the logo there. The other thing you can do if you want to, if you didn't want the logo there, in the background it does obviously give you the option. You can have the logo central, or you can have it to the right. So there's 3 different menu sections, but we do explain about the menu, like I say, in our PDF guide. So the option is there to change that if you want to. I'm not going to click on these as yet. We'll come back to them later. I'm going to do a brief front page overview of the template first. So if we scroll down, you can see here we've got like the first page, your landing page, your first image, where people can see. As you will see from that, we've done this as a scrolling image. You can set it as static so that when you scroll down, the image and the wording moves, but we quite like this feature. We think it's quite quirky, but it's easy to turn off if you don't want that. As for the font, I'm just going to update this because you will see this as we go down. We've got 1 or 2 animated features on here. So as you'll see from that, the wording comes in when somebody first goes onto this template. It's just called animation. You don't have to have it. You can have it. You could have the wording coming in from the other side, from the top, from the bottom. There's various different little animated features that you can have, but we do go over animation in our step-by-step guide as well. So once we've actually gone through the template and you've gone through the instructions, if you purchase this template, then you would be able to add, alter, or take off any animation if you don't want it. But it's easy enough to change the font, change the size, you can change the colour, everything's in the guide. That is a clickable button. We've just got that set up to click on I'm ready with a different colour. Even the tabs, all these, you can change the button colours, you can change the hover over colours, and you click on that and it would go to one of the pages. So let's say we'll come back to that later. Then if you just notice that, if I update that again, because I don't want you to miss anything, that comes in from the opposite side. So this is been set up. I suppose it's a little bit like a quote bar at the top first, but you could have this just as a title, it doesn't matter. This could be turned into products. You could change these boxes and actually put products in there and talk about anything that you sell, or it can be left as the services page. These are just little icons which you can actually change these for images as well, which we go through in the PDF. It's all in the guide. But we've left it plain and simple at the moment. But you know, you can literally change any part of this that you want to suit either services or products, and the wording and everything. And then we've just left that, so that's like an alternate black section that we've got there, which the black and this sort of purpley colour and then a grey are the three main colours that we use on everything that we have to do with Aurora. That's the colour collection palette. So we have a Contact Us tab there, which we'll go over when we get further back up. Then we'll scroll down a little bit further. This has been set up as explaining how you can help them to get in touch. So if you were doing services, you may want to put a picture of something that you provide there. This grey is just the background, and then you do an overview here of what it is that you want to tell your customers, and then obviously this would take them straight to your contact page to get in touch with you. It can be redirected anywhere else. We do go through everything to do with URL links and doing internal links and external links. If you want to highlight and go to different parts of your website, it's all customizable to you. And if you sell products, then this would be a good section for a featured page where you may have something that's on special offer, or it's new in that you want to do a feature here about, something that's a bestseller, and then you can put your image of your product in there, do a bit of a write-up, and that could be redirected to go directly to your sales page of where your product is. So it's all that you'll have just seen there came in. I'm just going to redo that as well so you see it. That's literally, well, it came in and now it's swinging, so it's doing two different things. But it actually fades in and then it's on a bit of a swing, just for a bit of animation. We've just got it down as like an offer section, so this would be good, I suppose, if you were doing services. You might have a special offer on services, or you might be selling products and have a special offer on that. So people can get in touch if they want to know more information. This is just an image. It's just an overview image. It could be changed for a product image. It could be changed for a tablet if you don't want to use a mobile. You can also change the size of it. So we've done it as slightly overlapped just to make it more quirky, but it's all adaptable to whatever you want, really. Then we've done 3 great reasons how your services can help. So yet again, this is just, these can be changed for images. So they are just little small icons that we've got numbers in, but you could put images in there if you wanted to. You may have 3 special offers on. You may want to do something to do with services. It's entirely up to you. It's just obviously a section with 3 different things. 3 great reasons why you buy from us. It could be you offer free shipping, or it could be buy over a certain amount and you get products free. It's, you know, it's just there as an option section, and you can rename that. Oh look, that's just come back in, and make that whatever you want to make it. Next we have another section. This is like the About Us section, so it's similar to the one above but the opposite way around, where we've just popped a picture of a lady in and then the grey, which matches the colour theme. This would go, it says read more, but this has been set up to be like an About Us page. You don't have to have an About Us page. If you deleted it off the menu and you didn't want to tell customers about yourself or anything, you could have this as another services page or another featured product page. It's just we've set it up as that because most people do have some sort of About Us or find out more or things like that. So it's just there as an option, really. Then we go down and have a direct contact us, are our services for you, have you got any questions. This could be applicable whether you sell products or not. You may have customers that want to know about products, your delivery times, things like that. This doesn't necessarily oh, that's gone white as well and changed. This doesn't necessarily have to go to a contact us page. If you were doing about products, because there's an FAQ section at the top, you could actually link that to the FAQ page, and then if you were selling products, you just fill in whatever you think your customers might want to know, and that can be directed there. So this is just whatever you want to use it for, it's there as an option. And then when you scroll down, you'll see again we have another, what we call floating section. I call it a floating section. So there's a picture behind, whatever you want to, but this is great for a customer testimonial. So you can pop one in here, you can actually connect this up if you wanted to, and it's literally just, doesn't matter whether it's services or products, it's great for other customers and potential clients to be able to see good reviews of things that you've sold or services that you've offered. And then when we go down to the bottom, you've got your standard footer. Down here, that can be your name, and it'll say by Canva template store. That's just linked, that automatically stays on at the footer and links to our website, because obviously we've built the website, so that's the link that just stays at the bottom. But your details and everything in the footer section can go in there. And then this has just been set up as like a standard 4-column footer. So you can change the colour to what you need. You don't have to put your address in. You could just have emails, connect to social pages, whatever you want to do. But if you're doing an e-commerce, I think legally you're supposed to actually have some sort of proper address details and phone number and thing in there. And then you can change these boxes, these little icons. But obviously if you leave those as they are, they have actually been set up with the correct icons anyway. So all you might want to do, if you change the colour palette, would possibly actually just change the icon colours to something else. And then we've got down here, we've got a link to the above pages, which is services and about and contact. If you're doing it as a shop, there's obviously a refunds and return. This is just, if I click on there, these are just basic, like template. It's a sample page. So it's a sample template. It's got the grey background to match the colour theme, and it's just got various different sections in to give you an idea of a refund and return page. But obviously you put your own details in there. It's just we've given you an example, so you could literally just change these sections to what's applicable to you, delete that and put another bit in, and then the page is sort of set up for you. And do the same, put your own policies into those sections. And then the useful links, we've got FAQs, which is connected to the above, and then we've added 3 other pages which are by law needed. You need a terms and conditions page, you need your privacy policy, and you need your cookie policy. So the terms and conditions, if I click on each section, oh, that says we're sorry, we're not, can't find that. Right, hold on. Yeah, that probably just needs linking, so I'll go back, and that's going to need linking. We must have missed that link. Privacy policy, so that's set up exactly the same there. You've got a grey background, and then you put in your privacy terms, and then the cookie policy, yeah, is exactly the same. So you've got your cookie, and that's just an example. So it's giving you an example, but it's like a proper cookie policy template that's been put in. You just have to have a read through it. It gives you all the different details, and then you can just change any amendments that you want to put in there. And then you've got all your followers icons, which are applicable to, we've just put everything in there really. So it's entirely up to you. But there is a terms and conditions page because I made it up, so I know there is one. It's probably just lost its connection, but we'll go back and sort that out later. So if we go back up to the top of the template, obviously when you click on home, I don't know whether you saw that as well, when you click on that, all these sections have like a bit of shading behind them, so it's a quirky little feature that's been put on. And then when you click on it, you get that box, so you know you've clicked on that section. So that takes you back to the home page. Services, when you click on services, has been set up just to mirror the bit on the front, which is how you could help your customers. So you could put the same image in, you could put something completely different in and talk about your services. Even if you sell products, like I say, it could be a feature on your shipping, or how much people might need to spend to get free postage, or a special service you do on anything like that. So there's that, and then you've also got the 3 sections as well for services, which, like we said before, you can change the images. That's got a bit of animation on it, as you saw when you came down. So if you don't want any of these sections, or you want to move them about, in our guide we do actually go through how you can actually move these, because these are what we call containers. So this section here, this white section, that section there, which is the same as the front, there is something in the back with Elementor that you can actually move the sections up and down. So you can actually change the layout of the page if you wanted to. But say that's all explained in our guide. And then you've got a service 1 with an image, a service 2, or a service 3. And that's sort of that page design. But they don't have to be for services. Like I say, it could be products, it can be things you're promoting, it can be absolutely anything. It's all been set up there so that you can actually pop in whatever you want. If you want to change that to something else, you can do that as well. Then you've got your shop. Obviously we've just put one example category, but this might be whatever, you know, one of the sections of products that you're at. Say it's a clothes shop, so you may have, I mean this isn't, we've just literally put in images that we've used on this template. But if you imagine that this was, say, a woman's, you know, a fashion store, and they were selling clothes. So, you know, you might have a picture of a blouse there, and you could have a jacket, you could have trousers, whatever. It just gives you an idea that you get 4 images per page. And then it gives you the product example, which that's the title, and then you put your cost underneath. And then if you've set up categories and subcategories, it will explain there which category it goes in. So if I click on one of these, there, it will take us to the product page. So this is just a product example, even though it's not a product. So you can see on an actual product page, we haven't put any actual information in there. What we've done is, that is a really good magnifier, so you can see every part of that image. So it gives a really good detail to your product. And then we've done this with thumbnail pictures underneath, so you can either click on them like that and you get the same again. You get a really good magnified image, and you can have as many of those as you want. We've just put 3 in for an example. You can either click on them that way and look, see what there is, and go back to the beginning, or when you're at the beginning, yeah. So you've got options of as many thumbnails there as you want. Obviously you put your title in the background, it goes through all the different sections of where you do things, but that's where you put your title. Obviously it'll come up with the price. Put your key selling points here. You can have a short, this is what you call your short description, where you just put 2 or 3 key points, because this is the area that the customers will see first, whether it's a product or a service that you might be offering, that you grab the customer with, your main image and your key points. And then this is your add to cart section, which that's showing as 20 in stock. You may not want to show, you don't have to show how much stock you've got in, because if you're not doing it on figures and it's just something that you've always got in stock, you can just leave that out and it won't actually show that section. Then this is a plus and minus for the customer, so they can go up and order what they want and then just add it to cart, which we'll do in a minute, and I'll show you the cart page. Obviously that's your SKU, which we haven't filled in there apart from just PRO1. Then it would come with your category section, and then you put your tags in there. And then if you scroll further down the page, what we've got here is you've got your description. So this is where you'd write a description of your product or your service. We haven't put anything specific in there. And you can have different share, mail this product, pin this product, share this product, tweet this product. So you've got social icons on the page there, which that would come up at the bottom of the page. This is however long you want to make this page. We do go into a full description on how to do a description in the back end, and all our templates use Elementor, but we don't use Elementor Pro because you have to pay for Elementor Pro, and we didn't want customers to buy a template and then have to go and purchase Elementor Pro to be able to actually edit them, because that's just an additional cost to you. So when we've set up all our WordPress templates, we've just used Elementor, and we've used the free version, which is perfectly fine. There is plenty of things you can use on Elementor. You don't have to have the pro version. You can if you want an all singing, all dancing website that, you know, has bells and whistles on and does tons of stuff. But for a normal basic website that is functional and, you know, you can do a reasonable job with, then you don't really need to pay for it. We've used everything on free Elementor so that it's not going to cost you anything other than just purchasing this template. So we do say we use Elementor, and in the description it will, in the PDF it will talk to you about the description of how you can add text in there, how you can add more images, things like that. But this has just been set up to give you an idea of this is where the description would go, and that would be at the bottom of the page. So, and then further down from that, there is in the back, you can click on related products, or if you don't, your system will automatically just come up with related products. So it's a bit like add-ons and upsells. It gives your customers a good idea of other things, but there is an actual section in there where you can tick for related products, add-ons and upsells. And then when you go back up there, then you can click on reviews as well. So if any of your customers have left a review about your product or service, that's where that would be seen. So that's really the product page. And if I choose one of those and click add to cart, then you will see that that's now gone up here. So when you hover over that, you can get an idea of what you've got in your cart. You can either go straight to checkout or you can view cart. If we go on to view cart, because obviously we're not going to purchase this, then this shows you your cart page. So it would come up with however many products you've got in there. If you've got any coupons or discount codes, it'll say apply coupon. So if you're doing a discount or anything, then they can enter that in there, apply coupon, and then it'll automatically take that off. And then it literally shows you your subtotal and your total. Obviously, if you were doing it, there is a box in the back where you can tick like your tax, like your VAT, that sort of thing, which obviously if you need that, this would come with that extra section. But for us, we haven't actually done that on this template, so we haven't got that coming up. And then if you proceed to checkout, I'm just going to show you the page. I can't actually go through the checkout, but this is the page that you'd, and obviously up there as well, if you've missed doing here, if people haven't done it, they can actually click there and enter the code again there, and it'll still deduct it off. So this is where your customers would put the details in, choose the country they're in, first name, last name, company name if they've got one, the street address, and then it would come up with your payment options here. This actually says at the moment, sorry, it seems there's no available payment methods. That's because this is just a template. We haven't actually connected any. So it is in the background, and we do go over that in the guide as well, that all you need to do to connect it is whether you're using PayPal, you're using Stripe or Square, Apple Pay, whatever you want to use on your shopping cart so customers can do it. All you need to do is make sure you've got an account with whichever provider you want, payment method provider you want to use, and then just make sure that you're on the same browser, but we do explain this in the guide anyway. But if you're on the same browser and you've got that account open, and then you follow the instructions that we have in the guide, how to connect it, and then the actual, it just comes up with little boxes telling you what to do, and you just literally read it, click, 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 and just follow the instructions. And if you've got your account open on the same browser, it'll literally automatically connect. with any of the payment methods, so we can't show you that bit, but it does come up with all the little boxes and icons showing you what's what. It's an easy enough process, and then you would obviously put your payment, or your customer would put your details in, and then you click place order, and that is it. So it's like a one-page checkout, which if they've got any additional info, they can pop that in there. But as we know, one-page checkouts are what customers like. They don't like to be doing page after page and faffing about, because they just get fed up and you'll lose them. So we've set that up as a one-page checkout. So we've done that. We will now go back and look at, we've done services, we've done shops and categories. The about page that has been set up to show the same as the front. So initially you may do, this box will extend down, there's no button on this, that's on the front obviously to come to this page, but we've got the image there, and then we've got writing here, and this box just continues to extend. So if you wanted to put a little bit more in, you could quite easily just take that box further down. As you type, the box will extend. So there's room there to put quite a bit of decent, whatever you want to write about yourself or your company. And then you can tell your clients why you started your business, a bit about your journey, put something meaningful in there, whatever you want, or just have it as a header section for this section. And then again there, work with us. You might want 3 great reasons, why you want your customers to come back to you, or put something to do with reviews, or it's entirely up to you. But that's been set up, that's the About Us page. You can actually add extra sections in as well. On this template, it does give you the ability to add new sections in. So if you didn't feel you had enough and you wanted another section to explain a bit more or show more of what you're about, in the guide we do also show you how to add extra sections into this template or any of the pages. So that's an option as well. Then we go to the blog page. Now the blog page it's not set up as categorised with anything specific. Obviously everything's uncategorised because we've left it completely blank, but we put a blog page in, and we've just got 3 very basic blogs in. My recommendation for this, through experience, because sometimes it can be quite hard to actually do a blog right from scratch, especially if you're new to doing them and you're not entirely sure where things go and how it all works. We do go over blogs and that in the actual guide, but the easiest thing is don't delete these. You can actually put them to draft so they don't show, but we've set it up for you so that you'd get 3 per page, and you'll just, you can keep putting blogs on as often as you want. You can put categories in the back, and then obviously if you've got different categories, whichever you've ticked that category, that's what will show there. You put your title there, a bit of a write-up, and then when you click on it, it'll actually open up into a main, bigger blog page just for that one post. So you've got a picture there, and then it gives you options for doing a good write-up, adding more images, and people can put reviews or ask questions about it. So we've left it as very basic initially, but all you need to do, or I think the easiest thing to do, is go on, and when you go into the background, if you want to actually do this blog, is literally go in and edit one of the blogs. So if you edit any one, then all you need to do is say delete the title, put your own title in. Yes, you need to set up your categories, and then you can change the wording, you can change that picture and put one of your own pictures. And that way, instead of having to try and start from scratch and find every different section, all the sections are here. Just literally delete them and put your own information in, and then you can change the date and start again. It'll be edited by you, not by Tony, who's our web designer, who started off and built this in the first place. And then you do the same with the second, same with the third, and then it gives you the option to duplicate. So when you've filled all 3 with your own information, you can literally hover over an existing one in the back end and click duplicate, and it'll make you a duplicate of that, and then go back in, and that's your 4th one. edit the details. It's just so much easier. You don't have to do that. It's just a little tip. It's what I do when I'm doing blogs, because I just find it easier. Even though I build websites with my husband and I know a little bit about WordPress, I just can't be faffed with starting from scratch, and I think it's easier actually just editing one. But, you know, don't shoot me. If you don't want to do that and you want to start from scratch, that's entirely up to you. So that's blogs. Then we go to FAQs. And this is great, whether it's about your products, about your services, about your shipping, you know, it could be anything. We've just literally set it up so you've got the option there of 8 different questions and answers. This is where you put, all you do is click on that plus, and it comes up with a nifty little box. You put what your question is, or what you think a customer might want to know, and then you put your answer in there. It's all laid out in the back end. We do show you how to edit this. You can actually add more, so if you had more than eight questions, you can add sections to this, or if you've only got 6, you know, you can delete these sections as well. That's entirely up to you, but rather than just have, and then you just click on that to close it and just open a different one. It's just a little bit different to a normal one. We wanted it to be a little bit more quirky than just having a question and answer that was visible, so we think it just looks a little bit nicer. And then you can change this title section here and put in whatever you want. And then we've just attached a contact us to that, so that was just an image like the contact image. You can change that for whatever you want, and this is just a quick link. So if they might have not seen a reply, you know, not seen something in the question and answers FAQs that they want to know about, so because that's on the same page, it gives them a quick option of saying, right, I didn't find what I want, blah blah blah, submit, and they've sent you a question. So that is the FAQ page. And then if you go to the contact page, right, so there we've put, if you've got any questions regarding any of our services, you can change this font. You don't have to have it in capitals. You can change the size. It's entirely up to you. We've just put this in as a basic, and it's in caps so it's easy to see. And then it is the same, it's a contact page, and that is basically it. So if I go, and then you've got your search, which brings the whole page up. Type in whatever you want to type there, or click off it. So if we go back to Aurora, to the home page, I think we've shown you every section there, all the animation, what happens when you scroll up and down, even the boxes move, the phone is swinging, and that box comes in the opposite way, and then you've got sections behind, and that is basically an overview of everything to do with our Aurora WordPress website. The only thing I'm going to quickly show you before we finish this video is, if you like this design, but you may not have a shop, or you may offer a service and you think you could get everything on a front page, you don't need additional pages, instead of actually purchasing the Aurora WordPress one, which is obviously more expensive than a Canva website, because we do Canva websites as well, because obviously this is for e-commerce and there's a lot more work goes into a WordPress website. We do have, I'm going to click on there, Aurora Grace. When we make a website, we do 2 options. We do a Canva option and we do a WordPress option. They are priced differently because, like I say, Aurora is a WordPress website, so that's slightly more expensive. And then the Aurora Grace is our Canva option. This, as you will see, it has been set out with the same images. It's very, very similar in design to the WordPress one. So if I quickly scroll down, you can see it's slightly different, but we've kept it as similar. It's like that detail. It is slightly smaller. We've still got 3 sections there. You've still got those sections there. That's a section which we've got added in differently. I'm going to explain that in a minute. Our services view. Obviously you don't get the animation with a Canva site like you do, and then we've set that the footer is set up differently, because this is all laid out differently. We do have a separate video on this Aurora Grace, so it goes into all the detail, just like what I have done with the WordPress one. I'm just making you aware, if you've only seen this video, that there is a Canva option, but obviously this is a one page, so you can't link these and then it'll take you to a separate page, because it doesn't do that. You can, however, link services and products. Say you sell things on Facebook or a social page, that our products, it could either link to a section, so you may want to link, say, your about page, and then if somebody clicked on that, because you can make live links on a Canva website, that about section would then just automatically scroll down to that section, which is the About Us section. But if we go back up to the top, or you might do an email list or something like that, you can do external links, and then somebody would click on it and it would go to one of your social pages or an email list, things like that. But like I say, we have a separate video called Aurora Grace Canva website template, which goes over in full detail everything to do with this website. So just to finish off, I'm just giving you the option that if you've seen this Aurora one first and you don't need an e-commerce store and you could get away with a smaller one, then the Aurora Grace might be of more benefit to you. Other than that, the links for both of these websites, the Aurora website, WordPress website one, and the Aurora Grace Canva website template, they're both in the description below. So I think that's everything I need to explain to you now about the Aurora WordPress website. I'd just like to say thanks for watching. I hope I haven't bored you too much. And if you do like this video, it would be great if you could give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, that will be great as well. We are going to be adding lots more video tutorials on our Canva templates, and as we make more website templates, whether it's WordPress or Canva, we will be adding videos for those as well. Thanks.